Well, it's confirmed Sargon of Akkad doesn't have a work ethic. Not only did he fail at the European elections, but he also manages to take 4 times longer than Stalin to achieve his aims. Why does it take 20 years and not 5? I don't know. Maybe it's easier to industrialize an enormous nation of 100 million people, only killing maybe 10 or 20% of them in the process. I don't know. Maybe it's just a really hard job persuading people that it would just be nice to talk to people and actually have jokes without fear of imprisonment. Yes, indeed. It's a kind of 20-year transformation of the zeitgeist. It's not really aimed so much at winning in politics, or at least not in the short term. It seems to be very much directed at kind of bringing the internet counterculture into the real world, bringing it into the realm of the normies. So quite interesting, very brave. After all, you've got plenty of people throwing milkshakes around, you've got plenty of people potentially throwing fists around. And when you expose yourself in public, you know, letting it be known that you're going to be there discussing certain comments and topics, and he does not shy away from controversial matters, well, that's going to actually be brave and be strong and all those sort of buzzwords. But you know, actually with them meaning something. Because let's face it, when you've got someone in your face and they are not pleased with what you're saying, that requires a certain amount of intestinal fortitude. And also, it requires you to have a certain amount of sort of openness to possibly be persuaded and to have your views shifted and changed. And that's how things should work in a sane and reasonable democracy. We should be, you know, freely exchanging our ideas and not throwing punches. Very, very laudable. I like the idea of having people come into communities and talk about issues which affect those communities and affect the country more broadly. I think it's quite fantastic and very interesting seeing how it all pans out. I don't necessarily believe all of the things which he believes, and I'm not aligned in all ways on politics with him, but I certainly stand with him on matters of free speech and freedom of expression. And yeah, it'd be quite fascinating seeing where it goes. And yeah, I wonder if he's going to double down on the trolling or possibly become a bit more statesmanlike. I'm not sure. I mean, he's married, he's got a young family, so maybe that will mellow him, maybe it won't, I don't know. Either way, it'd be quite fun and interesting. He's certainly one of the more engaging and entertaining characters in British politics. Also, you have to lump Count Dankula in with him as part of the UKIP new wave, I suppose. So, looks like the UK is going to have much more interesting politics, and we might have Boris Johnson as head of the Tory party, which might inject a little bit of blood into the vampiric cadaver of the Tory party. So, yeah, as they sort of rise from their coffins and potentially take us to a hard Brexit, things could get very interesting, possibly in a Chinese sense, possibly in a liberal democracy sense. I'm not quite sure where, how and what is going to happen, but it will at least be interesting. And look forward to seeing you soon.